Hi guys, it's Katie here again from Creativa, and I thought I would do another video today. Some more pages, possibly, we'll see how we go for time, in my Broderie Mini Album that I'm making using the Broderie SVG files, which if you're interested you can find in my Etsy store, and I'll put the link in the description box below. So they are SVG files, which means they're scalable vector graphic files which can be used in cutting machines like your Cricut, your Silhouette and your Brother Scan and Cut. I use a Cricut, and so if I can give you any, or if I do give you any tricks and tips, they'll be in relation to the Cricut. But if you're pretty savvy with your Silhouette or Brother Scan and Cut, then I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to apply the same kinds of ideas. So I've created this little booklet, and in this little booklet it has got pictures of all of the files that come with the Broderie SVG files. So there's 30 files in all, and they include all of the pieces that you need to make a mini album, and the pieces themselves are in blue, and then all the mats that fit each of the pieces are in pink, and I've labelled them all with different numbers and letters just to make it really easy to refer to, and also for you to be able to refer to them and be able to distinguish one piece from the other. So let's get into it. Last time so far we have done the cover and inserted the pages, and we have now done the first 3 pages of our album. And so today I thought we would do page 4 and hopefully page 5. I think that's where we're up to. 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we get time, page 5. So this is what we will be working on today. So for the first page, I have cut out some bits and pieces, and I should start by saying that the pages themselves and all of the pieces that are going on the pages, like pockets and flips and belly bands and all those sorts of things, have been cut out of this cream coloured Recollections cardstock, which is £65 or 176 GSM. So I've used that, and I'm also using a digital collection from Knitwit's collection called Always and Forever. And whenever I purchase a digital collection, I like to print out all of the pieces in this wallet style, so that I can have a handy reference guide as to which pieces I might like to cut out. And this one comes with lots of bits of ephemera and things as well, so I can see which pieces I might like to use. So I will also put the link for this one in the description box below, in case you'd like to go to their website and purchase the same thing or any of their other collections, because there's lots and lots. Right, so that's what I'm using today. Now, for my first page, I have cut some bits and pieces out. Let me grab them over here so we can have a look. So the first one that I've cut out is the base page mat C2. So this is my base page mat here, C2. I've cut it straight out at the exact same size that it comes in when you download it from Etsy, and that will make you an album where you can cut these base page mats out of a 6x6 paper pad, and all of the other pieces as well. You can of course scale it up if you wish and make a much bigger album, and I think we might also do that in another video series, but for now we're just making the little album as it comes without scaling it up, and that will make this album, which we haven't decorated or embellished yet, but it's 7 inches by 7 inches. The pages are just a little bit bigger than 6 by 6, so that we can cut out the base page mats, these ones here, out of 6 by 6 paper. So, which I'm not actually doing today, I'm using the Knitwit's paper, but just so you know that you can do that. Okay, so I have cut out one of the C2 base page mats, so I'll pop that over there, and then I have cut out one of these pieces here, D1, which is this piece here, and I have already inked up this side, but I have got these 2 tabs which I'm going to cut off today, because instead of using it as a pocket, I'm going to use it as a flip, which means that if I just cut those 2 tabs off, it goes from being a pocket to a flip, just like that. So I've cut out one D1, I'm doing lots of talking. And then I've cut out 2 of these D4s, which are the mats that fit on D1. So that's those 2 there. So I've cut those out, ready to go. And then I'm going to flip over to this one here, and I have cut out 2 of these H3 pieces, which are pockets or doors or flips, whatever you want them to be. So there's those 2 there. I'm going to actually put them on my page like this. So I've cut out 2 of the H3s, and then of the H5, which is the mat for H3, I've cut out 3 of those. And that's what we're going to use for the first page. So let's put this to the side. Now we know what pieces to use. And we can bring our album back in and open it up to the page that we need, which is going to be this one here. And my idea was to use this piece D1 as a flip and open it up. And so I'm going to cut the tabs off, and I've already put little crosses on them, you might be able to see. I'm just going to cut them off right on that score line that has already been handily provided to me by my Cricut. So that's what that one's for. And I'm also going to do the same on one of these H3 pieces. Now this one's going to be pocket, so I've already inked up all the way around it and I don't need to do anything to it, so I'll pop that to the side. But this one's going to be a flip, so it's going to flip this way. So I don't, again, need these 2 tabs here, which I've already put crosses on, and I'm also going to trim off on the handy score line. So I'll put those to the side because they need some work, and then I'll put all of these to the other side because I don't need to cut anything off those, and I'll just move my album. Right, so this is the only cutting that I really need to do, and that is just lining these up on that score line and cutting off the tabs. And the reason that I included the tabs is so that you can either have a pocket as it comes, or if I just get out my little handy dandy cutting tool, cut it off, it's now a flip. And that's why I call these SVG files versatile, because the pieces themselves are versatile in that they can do more than one thing. I also call them versatile files because they are SVG files which are scalable, so that you can scale all of the pieces up together and make a much bigger album. So although it comes in this size, you can make your albums as big or as small as you like. And then the one other reason why I call them versatile is because in this album there are 30 files, and just about every single piece comes either with the lace edge or without a lace edge. So this is a good example here. E1 and E2 are the same size, but one has got the lacy edge and one does not. So I could make an entire album using the pieces that don't have the lacy edge, and it would be far more perhaps masculine, or a more simple version. Or I could use lots of these lacy edge pieces, the broderie pieces, and I could make something quite feminine or shabby chic or girly. So that's also why it's quite versatile. Okay, let's start making. So really easy. I'm just going to ink around those edges that I've just trimmed off. Of course you don't need to ink, but I like it. I think it looks pretty. So, and I want it to have a little bit of a shabby feel. So I'm just going to quickly go around there. I tried to ink up as much as I could, but I don't like to bend the pieces that I'm going to cut off, because I think you get a much cleaner cut if you don't fold them, if you just cut straight along that score line before you fold them. And it doesn't take too long and it's done. So my first thing I'm going to do is just stick this piece here, D1, down on right on the edge of that page like that. So I'm going to use Halmar's fabric glue, which is what is available in Australia. I like the fabric glue because it doesn't make my paper or my cardstock buckle up. I find that PVA glue does. And also this is really easy for me to get hold of. I don't have to purchase it online, and I'm not patient enough for buying lots of things online. I mean, great, and I do, but for things like glue, sometimes I just can't wait. I need it straight away. So I'm just going to make sure that that has really sealed down to the page underneath. And I'm just, excuse me, just going to lift it up and make sure that I'm happy with how it's sitting. And I feel like it could, well, I think that's okay. Alright, so there's our flip. How easy is that? And then with this piece here, H3, I am going to leave it in one piece, and actually let's do this flippy bit first. So on this side I'm going to use this H3 piece, and I'm going to stick that down on this side like so, and then this one is going to go here as a pocket. But because I already have my mat cut and it's easy to stick it on, what I'm going to do is put this one down first, then my mat, then my pocket. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue along this tab here. Of course, this is the piece that we cut the other two tabs off, so it's a flip now. And I'm just going to stick that down as close to that score line as I can. That one doesn't matter too much because we have that extra bit of page gusset along here, which just helps our page to lay down nice and flat. Right, I'll just make sure that it's stuck down pretty well. Get that bit of random glue off. And then get off glue. If I stick my mat on next, it'll cover up this little tab here, and then I can just stick this one straight on top. Let's do that. So this piece is C2, which is the base page mat, and I've just cut that out and inked around the edges. Put a bit of glue on here. And put my piece down, line it up, and I'm happy with that. Press it down. And then this one here is going to be our little pocket. So all I need to do is put some glue on those tabs. Down that one there. This one here. Oop. I managed to get it on. No, I did okay. And then I'm also going to put this one down here, up against that score line, but not on top of it. Line it up, press it down, and then I'm just going to flip this little fella over and make sure that it flips over nicely, and it does. So then I'm going to flip this one over and make sure that they line up nicely, and they do. So I'm just going to give everything a bit of a burnish and make sure it's stuck down really well. So then all we have to do is mat those little pieces. Cool. So I thought on this front here I would put this mat, because I just really love that design. I was thinking about putting a closure on this page, but I think we might get away without it. I'm going to give it a try anyway. And pop it down on here. Ooh. line it up. Feel like it could go up here a bit more. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. Well, so I've made these mats too so that they have the same scallop shape as the lace edges, and I think that just finishes it nicely. And it's something that is very difficult to do with border punch. Right, so this one's going to go on here. This is another piece of mat, the D4 mat. I'm just going to put some glue on there and pop it down on this piece here. Make sure I'm happy with where it's sitting. Press it down. And then I have these two pieces here that go like that. Oops, I just squashed that. Silly me. So I'm going to pop those on. Probably watching me mat's not very exciting, but it's always good to be able to see it when it's finished. I think that's what I mean. Feel free to scoot through to the end, but I like to see it all go together. So that's our pocket. So we can pop something in there and then we can close it up like so. This is going to be my mat for this side of this little flip. And pop that down. Just move that piece out from underneath so I can see better. So I've done lots of different pages in this album, so I can show you different ways that the pieces are used, but you can make a really much more simple album. It doesn't need to be like this. You could have just lots and lots of pockets or lots and lots of flips. You could, you could have all sorts of things, and it would still be a fabulous album, and it would be certainly very quick to put together if all the pages were the same. Sometimes simple is better. I'll line that up, and that is that page done. So we just have this flip here, and I might put a little bit of embellishment on here, and there's plenty of space. We could put a little tuck spot here, and then we could put some photo mats or tags in there, and we open it up. There's a space here for photos, and then we flip this one open. We have this pocket here where we can put in lots of bits and pieces as well. So that's that page. Really simple, and I think we probably have time to do this one here as well. So let's get out bits and pieces for that. And here's all the pieces that I've cut out. I'll just pop this to the side for a minute. Hopefully I won't make this too long. So as with every page, the first piece I cut is the base page mat C2. So it's my C2 cut and inked and ready to go. And then I have cut out some of these D2 pieces, and I've actually cut out 3 of those. That's those there. And I have then cut out the D5 mats that sit on top of that, and there should be 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I'm going to use that to make a little accordion book that opens out, so we'll be able to see both sides of that, so we need a mat for both sides. And then I have cut out 2 pieces of the D3, which are these 2 here, D3, and I have cut out 4 pieces of the D6, and that's going to be our mats for the D3, so there's 4 of those. And finally I have cut out one of of these little pockets here, F3, and that's this pocket here. And then the mat for that, which is F9, and I've cut out that mat there, F9. So they're all the pieces that I'm going to use. So I'll pop that to the side, and to start with, I'll just pop these things over here. I think we'll start by working on these D2 pieces. So I want to make a little accordion booklet that opens out. So I don't need all of these flaps. I only need this one here. But that's tabs, I should say. So I'm going to cut off this 1, 2, 3 tabs on this one. The same on this one. And then on this one, I'm going to cut all the tabs off. And you might ask me, well, why didn't you just cut a piece of cardstock that size? And I could have, but the reason I didn't is because I know that if I cut out this piece and just cut the tabs off, it should be the same size as all the other D2 pieces that I've cut out. And also sometimes I just cut out pieces and I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with them, and I just kind of play around a little bit with them and try and figure out what I want to do. So sometimes I don't have a plan, and I'm just trying to line this up, and I'm doing, it's a little bit hard. I'm sorry you have to look at my hands, which are all covered in band-aids. I had a bit of a slip with the knife the other day when I was making some salad, and so I cut this finger. And then yesterday I was doing something outside and I gave myself a blister right here, and it looks horrible. And I thought it would be much better for you to look at band-aids on my hands than the wounds themselves, because they look pretty gross. Hopefully they heal up pretty quickly, because having sores and wounds on your hands is really annoying. Trying to, you know, every time you get your hands wet, and well, yeah, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. So I'm quite keen to finish this album and do something different. Quite keen on doing a Christmas album. Right, so that's those pieces cut up. Now on the D3, I also want to use these as a flip. So I'm keeping this tab here, but I'm going to cut these 2 short tabs off on both of those D3 pieces. So let's just go ahead and do that. I found some bits and pieces of Christmas scrapbook paper in my stash. Not all of it goes together, but I'm thinking I'll give it a whirl and see if I can make an album out of the bits that do. So I'll just cut these last 2 pieces off. And that's those done. So all my little scrappy bits, little tabs that I've just cut off, can go straight in the bin. All my little tabs here. So pop those straight in the bin. And put my cutting tool away because I don't need that. But I will get out my sheet, my protector, so I don't get glue everywhere. Okay, so now let's start off with, I'll put these D3 pieces to the side now. D2, I would like to make it sort of like an accordion fold out. So if I stack this one on top of this one, do I want it to be, no, I think I'd like to do it so it opens out like that maybe, and then like that. has to be an accordion now because I cut the tab off here. Oh, I didn't think that one through. Let's just stick it together and what we get, we get. I need to, never mind. Put some glue on here. And attach it to this one, like so. And flip that over. Now, so what I've done wrong is I have not left myself anything to attach it to the page, have I? That was a bit silly. Maybe we'll just go with 2. Maybe we'll try that. There I was thinking I was so with it and I made a mistake. Never mind. So what I was going to do was attach this one down on here, like so. I'm trying to think if I want to round the corners. So then this one would open out like this, and then it would also open out like this. See, and I really wanted this one, but I cut the tab off too. I wanted it to go like that, and then open out a bit more. Never mind, we'll go with 2. 2's fine. It's good. Let's do it and stop being concerned about that. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this down here and try and line it up as best I can so that I'm happy with where it is on the page. I'm going to put it in the middle. It doesn't have to go in the middle. You can put it up the top or the bottom, or that looks about right. And flatten that out. Press it down like so. Make sure it's lined up on that edge, and it is. I think I will round this edge. Why not? I'm just going to turn this around so I can line it up properly in a bit. Right. Okay, so that's that one. Now folding out twice, not 3 times. These 2 here, you know what else I didn't do? I'm so not with it. I didn't ink up around here. Let's do that now, shall we? Didn't ink up those spots that I cut the tabs off. I was so busy telling you about my injuries and I forgot what I was doing. I'm just going to ink around these edges. And the same on this side. Alright. That we can fix. I'm just using vintage photo today. I think it goes nicely with the cream. Okay, that's that one. Right, now, paying attention, Katie. So we have this little fella who we can go either way. Might put it like that. But for now, I'm going to flip over there. And then these 2, I'm also going to round to the corners. So these pieces are the 2 D3s that we cut out. And I'm just going to finish inking those up. And you might be able to hear the dog. It's actually next door's dog. It's stinking hot here today. I live in Perth, and it's the beginning of December, and it is 40 degrees Celsius outside, which sounds to me like a perfect day to stay inside. Way too hot. Anyway, the next door neighbour has got a pool, and their twin girls there are frolicking in the pool, so the dog's barking, probably running around. Right, so that's those two. I'm going to attach those. Just burnish that. You can hear that little dog yapping away. I'm going to attach those at the top and the bottom like that, so they flip out that way. I'm going to find my ruler, or a ruler. I'm sure I had one somewhere. Now I can't find it. And a pencil. I think I want to find the middle here because it might look a little bit off if it's not lined up nicely. Okay, so I happen to know that these are just over 15 centimetres wide, 15.2, so if we go about 7.6, that would be the middle of those pages. And then these pieces are, let's say it is 12.8, so that makes it a 6.4 would be about the middle. I'm just going to put a little mark there. And this one, I'm just going to line this one up on here. And put one there. Okay. As long as we get one in line, then we can use the other one to line that one up from. So put some glue on these tabs, and basically I'm just trying to line those two marks up and then squash it in there, slide it in, make sure it's sort of nicely lined up on top. Got a bit of glue because I smushed it, but that's okay. We're going to cover it up. And then this one. Is going to go down the bottom here, and I'm just going to line it up on this one. So they are in line along the edge here. And this one's on the bottom. Lovely. So now these two flaps will hold down this little one here. So this one moves out like that, and that one's going to come up there, and that one's going to come up here. And actually I think I'm going to do it this way. And then I have this little pocket which is F3, and I've squished it badly. And I'm going to pop that right down the bottom here. That's my plan. I've really squished that quite a bit. I'll just ink it and it should be okay. Yeah, you never knew. Before we stick that on, let's do the mat on here. So I'm just going to have a look at what mats I have here. This is the C2. That's going to go right underneath here, like that. And then these two are going to go like this. So these are the mats for that one. So do I want text or do I want stripes? Well, this little fellow's stripes that's going to go on here. So I think I'll go with text. So I need to just round the edges of these as well. That's going to be that one. So I'm going to pop that on now. Just going to slide that one on here. Make sure I'm happy with where it is. Hope you can see okay, and keep sliding down towards me. And then this one I need to round these top corners. And just ink up there, and then a bit of glue. I'll slide that one on where it's happy. Okay, and then this little chap here is going to go right at the bottom, I think, in the middle there somehow. So let's just put some glue on those tabs. And really all we need to do now is just do some matting, and we're all done on this page as well. So I'm just going to try and line this up on this little flip where I'm happy with it. Again, the glue everywhere. Oh, now my dog's at the door and she's about to bark at me because she wants to come on. I'm just going to... Oh, can you hear her? There's a reason I keep the door closed when I'm recording. Now I can put the mat for this one on there, if I can find it in here. There it is. That's going to go on top there like that. So put the glue on there. And pop that down on top. Cute. Oh, I'm sorry about the barking. She's not happy. Okay, so now we just need to put the mats on these pieces and we're done. So I'll start with this piece here, C2, which is the base page mat. And I'm going to round the edges on these. And this one can go on here. This video is probably ending up quite long, but we've got a couple of pages done, so that's good. I'm just going to put that one on here. And I'm going to do the same down the bottom here. Just round these edges so they match the page. A bit of glue on those. And I'm starting to run low on glue. And pop that on there. Just maybe slide it over a touch. Alright. And then I just have these ones here. So if I have that one poking out the ways, I have all these mats to choose from. And I might match it up with this one here on this top bit. So I will round these edges. And glue that down. And I'll just go ahead and finish matting these pieces here. I'll split it up so that you don't have to listen to me waffle. Okay, I'm back and I've just finished matting all of these pieces here. So this flips open and this one flips open, and then these flips out this way and this way. And of course we were going to have 3 of those, but I messed up with my cutting. But never fear, because I had a thought that I had this. This is the piece that I messed up. It was D2 and I cut the tab off when I shouldn't have. But what I was thinking was that I would use this as a tag or an insert, and I already have the mats cut out for it, because remember I said we needed 6, but we ended up only needing 4 because of my mistake. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'll put an edge around, or corner around. Oh, let's corner around the whole thing. And then I'm going to corner around these as well. 3, 4, and this one as well. I probably could have put them together and done them together, but well, okay. I'll just do those little edges like so. And same with this one. Oops. And here. And here. Right. And then I'll just pop this to the side for a minute. And I feel like I didn't do a very good job at that corner. Let's stick the mats on. So this is a D5 mat going on a D2 that I messed up and cut all the tabs off, but I'm still going to use it. It'll make a great insert. So that's that side, and then we've got the mat, so let's mat on the back as well. This one on the back. And then I'll just, it's not very straight. Oh well. It is what it is now. I'll just ink up around the edges. And I'll probably do a little bit of embellishing to this later, but I'm going to leave my embellishing to the end. It's all I can think of how to put pages together at this stage. I can't think of embellishing as well. Alright, so with our little mistake, we have made an insert, and I am going to pop that insert in here, so then it holds down this flap and it holds down the whole page together. So then you pull out this tag and flips up here, and it flips down here and out to this side and then out to this side. So I'm pretty happy with that little page. Pop that in there. And there's another 2 pages that we've done today in this album, so it's really coming along nicely now. I'm sorry if this was a bit of a long video, but we did get to manage to do 2 pages today, which was fantastic. So thanks very much for joining me. I hope that you've been finding the series useful and enjoyable, and that maybe it will give you some ideas about how you could use these pieces, SVG files too, should you be interested in using them to make your own albums. And I hope I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for joining me today, everybody. Bye.